I hope you can view. I hope you can view my screen.
Yes.
Okay. So very good morning to each one of you. This is Ashwini Chinsavle. I'm into SAS since 2008. I have since 2008 I have a pretty much experience on SAS training where I am accredited with base, advanced and SAS BI and SAS clinical data integration tools, which has been aggregated through SAS India. So since this span of my year of experience, I have trained nearly 1,000. It could be more than those numbers also. So these are the number of candidates who have been placed, who have been get trained under my training and are very successfully doing good in their careers, not only into clinical domain, but also into non-clinical domain. And they are spanned into various regions of the world wherever SAS has been implemented. So as you can see, I've done my master's in my microbiology. I've done my PG in clinical research. But I had an inclination towards IT sector. So during my clinical research, I got introduced to SAS, and that's what I entered into this domain into SAS. And
Hello.
yes, someone speaking? No, right? So meanwhile,
Oh,
please keep
no.
yourself on mute. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, Ashwini, we can hear you.
Great. Priyanka, I hope I'm clear, loud, and audible to you as well.
Yeah, I can hear you, Ashwini.
Great, great.
Yes.
Sorry. Okay. So this is in brief some highlights of my career. So because I had an inclination into training, so I came into SS training. Till 2013 I was active into training under with SAS India, where SAS India has their training partners in India. So I was associated with Ultramax, but I wanted to have a data exposure, so I moved out of training in 2013, and since 2013 2017 I was into data analytics. I was working with Concentrix Daksh. Actually, earlier it was a part of IBM, but later on it was conquered by Concentrix. So I worked there as a SAS data analyst professional as a manager post. But again, the trainer within me was again popping up, and so I came back into training, but not into full-time training as I was doing active earlier. But I'm working as a freelancer with SAS India as well, where I'm taking the Pan India training sessions for base and advance with various domain people. Where SAS India, we do have people joining to our training sessions through SAS India from Singapore as well. So this is an overall span of my career with SAS. And today we are here to get yourself trained for SAS, which is comprising of modules base and advanced. So this was in just in brief about myself, where I'm acquainted with SAS tools like a programming tool, which is base SAS Enterprise Guide, acquainted with various BI reporting tool of SAS, which includes your dashboard preparations, then information map studio, web report studios, store processes, and also with clinical DI. So these are some of the areas of my expertise when it comes to SAS tools. At the same time, I do have knowledge, I can say, with our programming. So to begin with our session, this was a very brief introduction of myself. And to move on, I would all request you people to give yourself an introduction. So to move on, let's start with both our starting their names with P, so I don't have any order of alphabets here. So I can always ask Pragati to give yourself an introduction. Please, you can unmute yourself and give an introduction.
Okay, hi. I'm Pragati. I'm staying in New Jersey right now, Edison, USA.
All right. So, can you just give a brief introduction if you have any prior experience, your qualification, your background, please?
Okay, I did a bachelor degree in in chemistry. I'm chemistry BSc. Okay, but I don't have any IT experience or any other experience. So this is like I'm starting from zero, I can say. This is the first training I'm taking. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you, Pragati.
Okay. Anything else, Ashwini? You want to know? Hello. Can
Priyanka?
you?
Yes, yes, I can hear you. So I was
Okay.
telling
Okay.
no issues. We always some or the other time, as in some areas we do have our first time. So no need of
Yeah.
getting panic, no need of getting worried that though it's your first time, you will be comfortable as and though time passes. No issues. So thanks for your brief introduction, Pragati. So I would request Priyanka to please move ahead and give your introduction, please.
Hi, Ashwini and Pragati. This is Priyanka. So, yeah, I can see you must be having confusion because we both starts with PR. I live in Massachusetts, and as of my background, I did masters in public health 11 years back, and that time SPSS was the major software I did. I don't have hands-on SAS as such. I've just given it try once or twice, like not to learn, just to see. And I went into more managerial positions, like and managerial positions. So I never got the hand on to hone on the statistical softwares, the softwares. So that's pretty much. Now I'm thinking to do SAS, and that's my background.
Okay. Which place you are staying in USA?
I'm in Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Mhm.
All right. So thanks both of you for your brief introduction. So let's start with our session here. So to move ahead, I hope Priyanka, before moving to our class, I hope you did go through the slides which I had shared with you or related to SAS.
Yeah, I went through these slides.
Mm-hmm.
I have downloaded the, it's not the book, it's a smaller version of the book which you send me, like because it doesn't have, it just have 60, 70 kind of pages.
Okay,
So,
okay, okay, okay.
so I looked at it. I haven't gone through it, but I was planning to go through it by this weekend complete. Like,
Okay, no worries.
um,
So just give me a second. I'll be sharing that book with you shortly. But meanwhile, I have also shared with you some document which is data sets for our training. Okay, so you can
okay.
always download it. And in shortly, I will also share with you, both of you, how one can go ahead and make your profile with SAS so that you can have access for SAS Studio. All right. So let's, in short, understand what is statistical analytics system. So in brief, it is termed as SAS. So it's leader in analytics and artificial intelligence. Features of SAS is like it's an enterprise platform where you have end-to-end data solutions. Now, this is a very small and brief introduction, which I always share with my candidates before going into the training with SAS to understand what actually SAS, the whole platform is. So to begin with, it's we call it as, if you see its full form, it's called as Statistical Analytics or Analysis System. So can any two of you can just think of and tell me what you think, there is a difference between a software and a system? Yes.
Interesting. Software more, let me leave it. System is like the whole process of doing everything together, right? Whereas software is something which just make things easier to
Okay.
work and analyze and
Yeah, so where we can,
yes.
create reports, and after that we can analyze that reports. There we can use that software.
Okay. Good attempt, both of you. So to move with it, can you briefly tell me the Microsoft Word which we are using? Is it a software or a system? Or even with the example of Excel?
That will be a software.
Correct. Okay. So what is a platform for Microsoft Office? Or we say that Microsoft Office is a platform which is
Mhm.
comprised with various softwares. Or if we want to do
Mhm.
documentation, we use Microsoft Word, right? If we have something to do with numbers, we use MS Excel, right? If we are looking ahead to do with presentations and all those stuffs, we use PowerPoint. So these are the various softwares which are a part of your enterprise, or you call it as a system, MS Office, right? Same thing, SAS is a system. So we don't have SAS as a software. So to perform data related various activities under SAS, we have various softwares. All right. So SAS is an enterprise level system. That is why this term is SAS is an enterprise platform, end-to-end data solution. So when it comes to data related activities, right from data extraction, transformation, loading, storing, analyzing, reporting, all this data related activities is end-to-end activities we can perform under one platform, which is SAS. Like for example, we do have people who use data warehouse in their organization, either Oracle or they use SAP, or people also use as Microsoft Access. All right, even Excel, mean in other words we call it as a database where people store the data or information. So there are tools which are used for extracting the information, for generating the report, for doing the analysis. So there are various tools where companies or organizations use it for performing data related activities. So instead of using different tools for different tasks for data activities, SAS is providing all this under one roof. And that is why it's called as enterprise platform. So when I say it's enterprise platform, so if for example, I give a very small example always to each and every candidate in every batch, right from first. So think of a telecom industry. So what is this telecom industry are doing actually? So we have various telecom telecom service providers. So we have Vodafone, we have BSNL, we have Airtel, we have Idea. Now, of course, Vodafone Idea is merged in India. So I'll take example with Indian companies. So we have their headquarters located in some of the country or a city. So we have the customer span all over world, or we just concentrate with India or US. So this network providers, we have various branches of them in a specific city, right? So in every city, they have people or customers connect to them, come to that particular outlet of this service provider, suppose Vodafone. So this customers, either they are new customers, they are upgrading customers, some of them are planning to switch to new service providers. So various customer queries are in queue with them. So all this customer data, if I think of a specific area in a specific city, suppose it's area A. So this area A branch is going to feed this information with them in a specific software or a database. Either it could be Oracle or it could be SAP, or people also use Microsoft Access or Excel. All fine. I hope you all are getting what I'm trying to tell you with this example.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in case in a specific city, I have this 10 outlets of Vodafone, A, B, C, D, till whatever. So every outlet is maintaining their own database, on the customers. So when it comes at enterprise level, this data has to get analyzed. So it goes to a specific analyst team. So at the back end, the analyst teams are having this data coming into various format in various softwares, either into Oracle, either into Excel, either into Access, in SAP, in Sybase,
Okay.
or very other softwares. So when you as an analyst are sitting in front of your data and you have the scattered data, but you are supposed to find out a business solution, that you are looking ahead or targeting only the young crowd who are using your services. And you are looking ahead to maintain or retain this young crowd, where you are providing them upgraded plan of internet, where they might be enjoying some 20 GB internet for free in a day. All right. So after 12 o'clock, they will also have midnight and upgradation of internet and then carry forward. So this is some of the plan for youngsters, or even for those who are using lot of internet uses is happening for them. So you have a specific target population, and a company is looking out for launch for this type of plan. So when you are looking for this type of customers as an analyst, you need to have this data to be captured in a specific format, because it's all into different format, because it's coming into Oracle, in Excel, in Access, and many other softwares. So you actually extract this information from these softwares, you transform it into your own system where you are going to work on this data. So either you are working into SAS, so you want to transform it into SAS format so that it's easy for you to perform the analysis. And once they are transformed, you load it. So this is called an ETL process. So we are currently not looking into ETL, but this is an ETL process. So there is a dedicated team who is working into ETL process. Okay. So once this ETL is done, people store this data into various data format, which call as data marts. So what means data marts? It's nothing but a specific type of data is saved in a specific mart. Okay. So like, for example, you people have Walmart in US, we have DMart in India. So when you go into Walmart, you are knowing that if you are looking ahead to buy kitchen stuff, you go into that dedicated area, a specified area. Correct? If you are looking ahead to buy clothes, you have a special clothing area over there. So you don't have the things are put at the one place and you just go and find out the things from that. That from for kitchen you are looking out for, suppose, a spoon. So you go and look for all items, and then into that heaps of things you find out a spoon. So it's time consuming, it's tedious, right? So to avoid this, the things are segregated into your Walmarts or into various malls. So it makes your task simple, that you have to go only to this area, which is kitchen area, and you have to buy only your respective item which you are looking for your daily use. Or same goes with clothing sections, correct? So you don't have in clothing sections also the women's sections, gents sections, and kids sections all put into one thing. These are segregated and very properly sophisticatedly saved and kept into that particular mall or mart. So MART is nothing but a specific type of data saved in your system. So we have people working on that, so we call it as data MART. So if you have the example of telecom industry, you have the data for marketing separate, for sales staff separate, your customers separate. For customers, you have customer mart, where you have customers which are saved, having the data which is saved into various age groups, their requirements. So all this task is done by data developer team or ETL team. Then comes the role for people who are into analysis, which is you. So when you are looking for the target population, which is from the age group of suppose from 18 to 30, so you're going to go into the customer data mart, and from that you are selecting only those people who are with the age group of 18 to 30, and according to their usage, the analysis has been performed, right? I hope I'm making the point pretty clear. I hope you people are understanding. So
Uh,
you
can you,
analyze these people. Yes.
Ashwini, can you
Yeah.
explain the last part where what is our work?
No, I'll come
Uh,
to it. It's all step by
okay,
step. Just a second.
okay.
So this is, I'm just giving you an idea what enterprise is doing. Okay, so this is where enterprise level, the software or various softwares comes into picture of SaaS, and that is why it's called as a platform. So we have this industry, which is a huge industry, telecom. So you have huge data. The data, when we say I am huge, the records are in millions. All right. So this is where when we are into working on SaaS, SaaS has one, there are many plus points. Among them is that you can handle data in heaps. Okay, so when I say in heaps, that is millions of records can be handled with SAS. So there is no limitations of data being analyzed there. Second thing, SAS has accuracy. Why accuracy? Because it's basically was developed for doing statistical analysis of agricultural data. So when we say statistically, it is very much sound. The term is statistically because when we have any data which is missing, or we say we don't have information for that data, well, I hope you people have found out in Excel that if you don't have any data for a specific entry, it if it is a numeric, it automatically takes zero. Correct? Right, Priyanka? Am I correct? I hope if you remember your Excel.
Mm,
Yes? Okay.
Yeah.
If no, then you can always try it out in Excel. But when it comes to SAS, missing means missing in SAS. It is not going to take any value. So it's for numeric, it is going to be period, that is a dot, and for character, it represents blank. So why it's not taking zero? Because zero does have statistical value and it affects your end results. That is why the accuracy with SAS is counted as 99.9%. All right. So when it comes for analysis, people mostly move ahead with statistical analysis system, that is SS. So these are some of the major tasks which I'm trying to tell, and it's very easy to communicate and connect for your data throughout the platform through enterprise. Even if the person is sitting in remote area in India, and the data is been analyzed or is been reviewed by the higher end managers who are based in US. So this is where the enterprise level comes. Okay. So when it comes to our example of our telecom industry. So this is where now analysis starts. So you have people dedicatedly working into various this departments, into marketing, into sales, into HR, into customer retention, into various plannings of their plans to be developed. So these are various teams who are working into this various platform of SaaS. So depending on your area of interest and your prior experiences, so you may go into that particular stream, and accordingly you will be analyzing that particular data. So here is the role into analysis, where you people are either extracting the information, you are generating certain reports. Either those reports will be generating into writing a program using a GUI application. So this reports are which are generated, either you term it yourself as data analyst, or people also term them as business analyst, or people also term it as report analysts. Okay, so you people will be extracting the information. That means only the specific required target population you will be extracting, and giving the number of people who are interested or who may move ahead for your upgraded plan. So this is the place where you people will be writing the codes and generating the reports to submit to your higher management people to create the or to take the business decisions. So there we have people who are into business making or decisions. We have people into proper statistical planning also, who are into generating the models of statistics of forecasting. So that we call it as predictive analysis. And we are having all these people who are working under one platform using various tools of SAS. So your role comes when it is into extracting the data, generating the report out of it, and submitting to your managers. So it depends in various industries or into various areas where you would be working as either people call it as a developer, or people name that job role as an analyst, or people also name that job role as programmer or analyst. So these are the various profiles which you would be looking on this platform. All right, so that's what is called as enterprise platform. Fine. So it gives you end-to-end data solutions. So it is a multi-vendor architect. So when we say it's multi-vendor architect, you can install SAS system or this platform onto any type of your uh, OS or operating system. Most of the time when it comes to organization, it's a huge requirement, it's huge data. People mostly go ahead and use Linux. Okay, Linux is one of your OS, or you call it as operating system. So because it, therefore it's called as multi-vendor. So you have Microsoft Office also one of the operating system. It's multi-engine architect. So when I say multi-engine architect, so if I gave you an example of Sybase, Oracle, so these are the various softwares where SAS can connect easily. So this is another plus point of it. It's easy to learn, easy to work, no prior technical knowledge needed. So delivers ready solutions to industries. So we have people who are using this ready solutions of SaaS, like customer retention. Then we have market planning. Okay, so this are finance management, fraud detection. So these are ready to use solutions for the industries. And people from telecom industry use customer intelligence, use fraud detections, use campaign management. So these are some of the ready to use solutions of SaaS. So features of SAS, yes, it processes files containing millions of rows and thousands of columns of data, can read and write into various file formats. So even if you take the data coming from Access, you analyze in SAS, and if that report has to again send it to your end user into Access, you can also forward it into the same format. Many built-in statistical and random number functions are taken care into SAS. It's comprehensive date and time handling function. So it's very simple to handle date and time in SAS. So how, once we start with the training, you'll come to know. Yes, you can direct the output and reports into CSV, HTML, PCL, PDF, RTF, XML form. Interactions with database products is through SQL. Yes, though SAS is having its own independent programming language, but yes, you can write, or you are going to write SQL programs on SAS platform to connect to your various databases. So there are two environments of SAS. This is very important point. One is the programming environment and one is the non-programming environment, which is GUI or graphical user interface. So we, to begin with our career, we are going to start with programming environment. As an in future, when you start getting yourself acquainted with and having some experience with SAS programming, you'll be gradually moving with GUI applications of SAS, which is point and click applications, which will know or which will give you the insight how to generate reports with only clicks. But at the back end, it's all the programming which is happening for GUI tools also. So SAS is an integrated system of software that enables data entry, report generation, report writing, graphical presentation, statistical analysis, business planning, forecasting, decision making, operations, research and project management, quality improvement of your data, application development, and also data warehousing, which is ETL, extraction, transformation, and loading. So these are some of the industries which are implementing SAS. Job roles, as I have fairly discussed, these are some of the job roles. So if you are looking for specific industry, for clinical, you are termed as clinical data analyst or clinical SAS programmer. So in our training module, we'll be mostly focusing, or there are various training modules of SAS. For programming, it's base and advanced. For non-programming, it's data integration, statistical analysis, visual analytics, clinical DI. But these are higher end modules. To move with this higher end modules, you should have this base and advanced knowledge. So what is base comprising? Programming 1 and programming 2, whereas advanced comprises of macros, SQL, and programming 3. So SAS also
Ashwini,
offers,
I
yes,
have question. What is modules means?
modules means various areas of training.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So SAS also provides certification. So depending on your interest, you can also opt the exams of certifications of SAS and get yourself certified from SAS, having an digital badge claiming that you are certified with SAS and your concepts with SAS for base or advanced are clear. So this is some of the features of SAS. So once you are certified, you get this type of digital badge from SAS. So this was just a brief introduction with SAS. So any questions till now? I hope you are now clear what this system is and where you are going to stand yourself looking ahead your career. Yes, Priyanka, Pragati.
Yeah, it is like I understood what where it goes and all. So just questions I have, we
Mhm.
will not be doing the graphical interface during our 3 months of course, right? Will we be doing a little bit of it?
Yes, I'm going to give you the glimpse of it. See, once we start with the training, you people will get
Mhm.
acquainted how you can research the various areas of topics of it, and from where you will be learning it by yourself. Because even if I give you the basic understanding of that coding of graphics, you people, you will yourself start exploring on it. Okay? So don't worry, that
And
all will be taken care of you.
okay, and one more thing I wanted to ask was, I understood that we are covering pretty much everything from macros to SQL connecting, plus both the like SAS basic or advanced, and we will got get a certificate of SAS trained, right?
Right.
I just wanted to check, would there be a portion of doing a little bit of Tableau or any other visual data tools in the program, or is it
Uh,
separate?
okay, so this question is a good question actually, but we are Tableau, no, because that is altogether a different area of training which would go into visual analytics. So
Mhm.
that is a different part and different area. So it's only going to be SAS with the looking ahead your career as a SAS programmer. But if you want to
Okay.
upgrade later on, you can surely upgrade with visual analytics tools like Tableau.
So the reason I asked is, how much usually do you think, and you have been in the field for very long,
Uh-huh.
you ever ended up needing to do Tableau? Because like, does it go hand on hand with SAS, or is it like people just nowadays ask for everything and anything kind of scenario? Does the SAS programmer actually need to know these softwares to begin with?
Uh, Truly speaking, to start with, uh, like Industry will at present will look only for people who are with SAS programming knowledge. As I
Mhm.
said earlier also, as and though when you move ahead, of course, in coming future, IT is a sector where most of the things are always getting upgraded, changing. You need to get upskilled. So that will be the part of your upskillings later on.
Okay, got it.
As and though when you move as, because now you will be moving into industry with SAS features with you, with either into programming. But once you are into it for some pretty long time of nearly more than 7 months or 1 year, you will start exploring the market, and accordingly you will start getting exploring yourself or
Got
upskilling yourself. So as if now at this point, no, no need of
it.
simultaneously moving with Tableau. You just focus on this. But yes, later on you need to upskill, because IT industry is so versatile, or it's so fast moving industry that people are looking multi talented employees.
Mhm.
Right. So that will come as and for when you have at least more than 7 months or nearly 1 year of experience. You yourself will start exploring and upscaling yourself. Not now. Because to work on as a data visual analyst also, you need to gain, truly speaking, domain knowledge. You would need to understand your business well. Then only you can start doing the analysis and generating the reports with visual analytics. I hope you are getting my point.
Yeah, yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
wanted to ask it like how much is it uh
No, at this
had
point, yeah, at this point,
okay.
if your domain
No.
is, you are strong into your domain, whichever domain you are working, either into banking sector, either into, suppose even into clinical sector or into your healthcare domain. If you are having pretty good domain knowledge, you can always move ahead with Vision Analytics with Tableau.
Get it.
Yes, because that is somewhere
Uh,
which you are into business decision making and all those things.
okay.
Right.
And I'm sorry, I'm taking time.
No,
I
it's
have
all
a
fine.
separately to the groups we have been added, like the IT one and the this one. So every day there is something or other being posted on that in regards to the job opportunities which are coming.
Yeah.
Taking the question.
No problem, no problem. How about Priyanka? Sorry, Pragati?
Yeah, I have no questions.
Okay, great. So moving ahead, as we are going to start first with our base SAS. So we have programming one, which is essentials. So what is programming one? So we know base SAS comprises of programming one and programming two. It's just to keep the things segregated. We have just named it as programming one and programming two. So programming one is going to be essentials. Now, what is essentials? It's like SAS programming when one person is learning, though he or she is not from an IT background, we are going to start with scratch. How the programming has been written into SAS, what are the basic steps we'll be learning, what is the syntax into it, how it works. So all these essentials will be taken care into our part one of programming. So let's understand some of those topics. So the topics in SAS is segregated lessons wise. So first lesson is going to be essentials, where you will be understanding how a SAS programming is processing is done. Then we'll be seeing how one is using SAS programming tools. Now, when it comes to tools, we are predominantly going to use the programming environment of SAS. So what are the three tools of it? Understanding its syntax. And during this training, if you people or Priyanka, if you have observed that PDF, because I just checked that PDF is a proper programming one topic PDF. Every topic does has some activities and demonstrations and exercises, so that you will be having the solutions at the end. All right. So this will be a lesson one. Lesson two, you will be learning how one can access data from various data source into SAS. So we'll understand what is SAS data sets. We'll access data through libraries, how one can create a library into SAS, and how you can access the data, and how one can import data, followed with solutions for your activities and demonstrations. Third lesson would be exploring and validating data. So here, once you have your data into SAS environment, we'll start understanding that data, because if you have a business scenario with you or a business requirement with you, as a data analyst, you have to first understand the input or your data, like what are the columns, what are the types of columns, how are the values into that column. So that is what exploring data. Of course, we'll see programmatically, you don't have to open that data because data is huge. You cannot see manually those millions of rows and thousands of columns. Okay, then we'll see how one can filter rows as per your business requirement. We'll see how one can format the columns, and we'll see how sorting is performed and removing the duplicate values, followed with solutions. Fourth chapter is going to be preparing data. So once you get the data, you understand your data, will start creating a table or a data set for report generation, and that is what this chapter is: preparing data. Reading and filtering data, computing new columns in case the existing columns which you have, but you need to create a new column. So this is where we'll see how one can create a new column, and of course understand conditional processing, followed with of course solutions. And then we'll have fifth lesson, which is analyzing and report generating. You will see how one can enhance the reports with titles, footnotes, labels. We'll see reports generated by PROC-FRIC or frequency reports, summary statistics reports, followed with solutions. Lesson 6 would be exporting your reports. Once you know how one can create a report, you will also now learn how one can export the report into various format, either into Excel, XML, HTML, PDF. All right. So this is how you will be seeing how one can export the report into various format. Of course, understanding how one can export the data also. Then we'll get introduced to SQL in SAS. So we'll understand what is this SQL language and how one can perform basic joins. So these are 7 lessons altogether, where we are going to focus for programming 1. All right. So we'll be going with lessons or stepwise. So I hope this is clear with both of you. Any doubts, any queries on this?
No, I don't have.
Great, great. Priyanka?
Yeah, no, I said that I mute.
No, because maybe you must be on mute. I was not able to
Okay.
hear you. Yeah, no worries.
Hi, Ashwini.
Yes, Priyanka.
Oh, I was wondering because everything was so silent.
No, no, no. Yeah, I was on mute,
So,
and I mean, I forgot that I had not unmuted. So I was telling that. Meanwhile, Priyanka, the mail which I have forwarded you or sent you, it does consist that PDF book for programming 1. So you can keep that PDF book handy, just open and keep it with yourself. And at the same time, I have before the class, I have mailed you another mail which is having an attachment for data files or data sets for our training.
okay.
Yeah. So I'll be
Um,
just getting introduced to you for today for our first lesson. I'm not going to go into more into its details. Okay, so we'll go very slowly, step by step, understanding this SAS.
can
So
I ask something?
yeah,
So, are we going to go through the download process today? Like, what are we going to do after this, and how long will the trainings be every day?
yeah. See, as our schedule, the training is going to be for 2 hours. Of course, it could be as per your time requirements, or even sometimes it could be for 1.5 hours. But the next session we need to work for extra hours to complete our topics if we finish it for 1.5 hours. But for today, I'll be taking mostly for 1 hour, not more than that. If you have any plans, you can always let me know that you can attend the class for 1 hour. But as a schedule, it's always for 2 hours, alternate day in a week.
Alternate day in a week. So if we
Right.
are doing Tuesday, Thursday.
Thursday, Saturday.
Oh,
But
can we do
yeah,
Monday, uh, whatever, like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? I would like not to be having classes on Saturday because I don't know if Pragati has my kid will be home and he will be jumping.
Yeah,
I can
same thing actually.
understand.
I talked to Ashwini
Yeah, I
because
can
here you know
understand.
that like
Yeah.
Sunday is like too busy
Yeah, I
for
can
Saturday,
And
understand.
then
Sunday.
So I
Sundays
was
you
like,
plan things too.
yeah,
Yeah.
for this week at least we could go ahead with this schedule. So next week we can always move with Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Okay.
All fine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay,
And
okay.
timings will stay from 10 to 12.
10 to 12, yes.
Okay.
Either 10 to 10, or if you want half an hour earlier, which is 9:30 to 11:30,
Would
if that
love
you
that.
are,
I don't
yeah.
know
So it's
if
all in,
Pragati prefers.
yeah, so that's it. That's all what we can always manage. That is in our hand. No worries.
Okay. And Pragati, are you fine with 9:30 to 11:30?
Let's see. Like this week we will do at 10. We'll let you know for
Okay.
next week. Is it fine?
Okay. Because I would prefer 9:30 to 11:30.
Okay.
But then I
Okay.
can get my other works done before people come, like kids come back home. Kid come back home. Not
Okay. How old
yeah.
are they?
Mine is 4.5.
Oh, okay. Mine is big. He is in eighth grade.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's start with lesson one, which is essentials. So SAS programming, how it is and how it is been processed. Okay. So it's a programming language. It's a fourth generation programming language. You don't have to remember the formulas and the language and all those stuffs. When we say it's fourth generation, it's developed on C, C plus, and you have ready to use certain procedures while you're generating the reports, or you have ready to use libraries. So you don't have to sit and write a formula if you want to calculate a mean or an average on a specific value. So we have a procedure called proc means, which simply will see how to use that procedure, and you generate a report of means of a specific data. Either you want to know what is the mean um, age of specific participants into a specific trial, or what is the mean age at a specific study if there are lots of deaths. So what is the average age where the deaths have occurred. All right, so this is something which is ready to use procedures, hence it's called fourth generation. And that is why people even from non-IT background can easily work on SAS programming, because as and though how we speak, accordingly it is been implemented into our programming. All right, so it's very pretty understanding and pretty simple language. So language is nothing but a medium which we are using to speak with the computers, right? So when it is a language, we are going to understand that language rules, how we are going to implement those grammars or those syntaxes into our day-to-day work. Okay, so when it comes to this slide, that is what it's telling you. It's a programming language where you will be reading a data here, or you will be copying the data, you'll be generating the reports into figures or graphs. There are ready to use functions. You generate the reports into graphical presentations or into list reports. So all that is done under one platform by writing program into SAS. So let's understand this process of programming and your learning stages. First and foremost, we'll see into SAS environment how one can access data. Then we'll see exploring data. Then we'll see how one can prepare data for analysis. Once the data is prepared as per your business requirement, you move ahead with analysis report generation, and then we'll see how you can export your data or report. So this is the process of learning your SAS through accessing the data. So when it comes to learning SAS, we are working on a specific generalized data, which is going to be a global data. So this is going to be an international storm data. Okay. So with the help of this data, we'll understand all these concepts. So it's going to be a storm data, which we are going to explore to understand the various concepts. So just general glimpse that we are going to write certain programs where you have data, you are generating an analysis report into a list format, into graphical presentation form, and also map forms. All right. So SAS programming process. So hence there is a short demonstration to examine the international storm data that is used in your course demonstration. So Priyanka, to begin with, now it comes with your SAS studio where we are going to work with. But to move ahead, we'll come to this demonstration later. So we'll first understand what is your data used into this. So simultaneously, Priyanka, I would request you to open SAS.com website, go into learnings, or I'll just simply share you the path also where you can move ahead to create your profile and see how one can use SAS Studio. All right, so just give me some few minutes. I'll be sending you the link to SAS Studio. Check the process how one can create a profile into SAS, and then you can access the SAS Studio.
Okay, sure.
Mute start video.
Can you share? Yes, okay. So you are sharing it. So you can always mute your video.
Hmm. Start video. Share. Where is the share screen? You'll have to enable my screen sharing.
Okay, just a second.
I
Yes, so we can see your screen now. So this is where this is the link which is directing you to getting started with SAS on demand for academics. So it's for learning professionals. We have SAS Studio. So SAS Studio is actually a cloud application of SAS, which helps the learners, beginners, professionals to create your profile and work on the cloud application on SAS, write programs, learn things graphically as well as statistically. All right. So to quick startup, see they have given certain steps for you. Quick startup. So you have to first is to create your profile. So see, it's telling you get up running with support web browser. It's enjoy learning anywhere. So can you just scroll your screen, please? Scroll your screen downwards. Yes, scroll. Just scroll your screen. Okay, give me your request control, please. Priyanka.
I think she's not here.
No,
menu.
scroll down, scroll down. At your right hand side, you have this bar. Give me the request, please. I'll ask you to give me the request. Yeah,
Okay.
give me the request control. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, interesting.
Okay. So if you'll check this, I'm scrolling
It
this
came
bar at the
now.
bottom. So see what are they telling you? So SAS is telling you you have this SAS
Okay.
for academics on demand, which is SAS Studio, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what are the steps if you want to access it? So you don't have to download it anymore. It's going to be an
Okay.
online access, which is going to be a cloud application, which runs
Okay.
in cloud. Okay, so it's telling, being this, you'll be working with base SAS, SAS stat, SAS IML, graphs, and all these tips. Programmatically, you can do it. So how to do it? So first thing is you'll have to create and verify your SAS profile. So please click SAS profile and create your profile here, please. No, no, not that. That is step two, Priyanka.
Okay.
Step
Just to
one.
access.
Yeah,
Okay.
correct. I think you already have one of your profile
I might have. I was telling you that it is no way I don't have one, but let me see. I'll just create.
affiliation with SAS, so you can write as you are a student or
Okay.
yeah.
Mm, 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 mm. I should have a profile, but I'm sure I've no step forgotten. Let me see what I was
You
trying.
also need to click this. Yes, I would like to receive occasional emails from SAS Institute. All right. Yeah. So click this. What is SAS privacy statement and click yes for that also.
Mm, is there anything in that? No, that's just for reading.
Okay, fine.
Mm, I think we both are.
Yeah, just I was scrolling upstairs that did you miss anything? SAS expertise level, just you just click that drop down. So it's telling intermediate, advanced, not a SAS user. You can just click intermediate.
Okay.
So create profile is not highlighted.
I thought it was highlighted even before I did HI, but okay, most of
Organization or company, see
let
the
me
NA you can type.
yeah, that's what I just wrote like something like that. That's why.
Hmm.
So nah,
Just refresh
hmm,
this page. You can refresh it.
just
At
in
the top you have a round
I know.
arrow refreshing.
I am just going to take your heed, and I was also trying to see that only if I miss something because usually they don't have anything except to read
No,
here.
this page has been hanged. Just refresh.
That's
We'll
what
do it
happened.
again. Yeah.
Come on. No.
Yeah. So just put in your information again.
Mm, mm, mm. Okay, come on. It's actually not. It was green when I added everything. It's not just taking time to.
Okay. See, it's telling you after clicking create profile, you will receive an verification email with instructions for setting your password and activating your profile. So check your inbox, please.
Okay. That's what it must have done the last time
Yeah, see
also.
that you have the previous tab of your inbox.
Mm-hmm. Added.
Yo. So check in your inbox, refresh.
Oh,
Email, because this is the email you had
no, I
provided,
know.
right?
I was checking it on my phone. I was checking it on my phone to be able to work.
So just check in spam as well.
Um, Give it time. It is not there. I can check that on
It
my
may
phone.
come, it may take 2 minutes or something. No worries.
Yeah.
So check into your promotion, social, or even in spam. Sometimes it may go in spam.
Mhm. So don't worry. I am just checking it on this thing, and I can do it from here. Don't worry. Um, I do work on multiple things together. So okay, Mister, you should have had something. Come
Right,
on.
no worries. What I'll do
Mm.
is I'll just share my screen to show you how it works or how it looks.
Okay.
Okay.
It should not take that long. Oh, it's not there yet. Do you want me to stop share?
Yes, please stop sharing.
Mm-hmm.
So your, if you'll see my screen, it's connecting to SAS Studio. So this is how it will look actually. It's a cloud application where I already have my profile. I'm accepting its licensing. I have my sign in options and I'm signing in. Okay, so this is how even you'll be logging into and signing into this academics application of SAS, which is SAS Studio. So you'll have to click this. We are using the web-based SAS programming application, which is SAS Studio. Please keep checking your inbox with the provided email which you have given it on the profile creating page. It takes nearly 2 to 3 minutes to receive the mail. Okay, so this
Okay.
is how you could see the software. So this is SAS Studio. You have a coding window, you have a log window, you have a result window. So simply, I'll just show you this. I've written some data step, how one can create a data by typing the values. So this is what, see, it's generating a new window now, an output window, which is for your data to be viewed. So this is how
Okay.
the table is created. Now, what table I wanted to create was, I was creating a demographic table for some columns like name, subject ID, age, contact number, visits for your subjects. So name
Uh,
and those values. So when I submitted it, this is what the table structure of my table is, or my data is created, which was having 3 rows and 5 columns. So meanwhile, if you check at the right hand side here, it's telling this for the columns. This is the column which is a character type. This is numeric type. This is numeric type. This is character type. So general, this is how the output will be. So if you want to check simply how the list report looks, I simply write proc print on my coding window. I give my dataset name that I'm telling SAS to generate a print report. So when I say proc print, it does not mean that I'm printing it with a printer. Print means simply list the output into a reporting window. See, it is also, I'm typing it, it's giving me the drop down that what table you are looking, because I simply write it as demo. So it was giving me this data is available in the system. So it is a drop down, it's guiding me, and I simply write run to stop my code. So with this proc print, So it's going to show me the list output into result window of my software. So see, number of observations column, name, subject ID, age, contact number, visit. So this were the columns, this were the rows. This is the report which we have created with this table. So this is simple things, and this is what we are going to learn. Data step, how to create a data into SAS. So this is all about data accessing, data manipulation, creating a new table as per your business scenario and generating reports. All right, so it was very simple thing which we are going to look. So moving ahead, there are also some few programs which I had earlier with me. All right. So this is how the table or the program looks like. Let me just check. I'll just refresh it. See, I just wanted to know the frequency. I'm working on some table which is called cars, the type of cars and their origin. So how many or count of cars and their types. So just a simple table of cars I have in the system, and I'm generating a frequency report. So I'm not writing a formula for it. It's a ready to use proc-fric. So in the region, these are the types of cars and their counts of origin. All right, so this is a simple table, simple coding, all about this. So this is a graphical presentation. So we use procedure G chart to create table. So it's a very simple figure or a graphical report which I have created. So this is how you will be learning on various procs and data steps. So it's horizontal bar chart telling me the frequency, bar height is telling the frequency count for various car type. All right. So we also have seen,
Ashwini,
yeah.
I think we should take it one like step back, Pragati. If I don't know if she's,
See, no, I'm not giving you training
I
on
know,
this. I'm just giving you a gist
no, no,
of
I know.
how SAS
Gist of
Studio
it.
is. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. It's not a training.
So you already have data in it, right?
We have
So
data and how it comes and how it works. I'll explain everything once we start
later.
proper. Yes. Even
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have
yeah,
the
I
session.
understood that.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought because I at least can guess what you are doing and how it is working.
No, no, no. I'm just trying to show
What
you.
Pragati is doing with the.
No, no, no. Even she is just observing. As I said, we are just
Sorry.
observing it. No, it's all fine. So see, sorting is also there. Again, printing is there. Okay, so these are the things, and see how SQL is making the programming
Okay.
simple, simply proc SQL. And this is what we are going to learn into our SQL training. Okay, very simple coding as we speak. That is how the coding is.
So proc SQL means that it is something we are gaining from the same data. It's not connecting um, to different data sets. Like I thought SQL would be kind of like connecting a data set from SQL to SAS. It's
No,
not
no,
that.
no. SQL is an independent language which is
Mm-hmm.
used for querying databases. When
Yes.
you are working with a huge data with various companies or with your client, those huge data is always saved into database. So you know that you are going to fetch in the information for suppose some specific customers. So those where it is, it's in suppose Oracle. So you need to connect to Oracle by writing SQL code, how to connect that database and how to take in that data into SAS and generating and analyzing and generating the report. So that is what we are going to see with SQL steps.
So when we write proc SQL in SAS, what are we trying to
We
achieve?
are actually trying to tell, so that's what I'm telling you. It's just an introduction for you. So these are simple codes, what proc SQL does and how it is doing. We'll see all in detail when we are working on that particular topic, when we'll be starting that topic. At this point,
Sure.
just a gist that yes, we are writing an SQL program also, and this is how the program looks. You have a coding window. What is a log window? It is actually a window which is actually guiding you that what is and how it is happening with this particular step. So see, I'm submitting this step. It's showing you it's processing at the back end. With ProcSQL, it gives you the result. But see, this log tells you at backend how it's working. So it's telling us, SAS is telling that this was the steps you had submitted for processing, and it's telling its procedure is used. This is the space of the memory used and all those other statistics there. So this is where if you have any error, it will also tell you that you have an error. Now, for example, I'll just simply show you that how this error works, or how you can locate the things into log. So this is, see, it's telling there is one error. You have notes. So see, it's highlighting error. All right. So just understand, it's a basic understanding. We are going to see all this in details once we start with our proper coding and training with this respective topics. So to begin with, we are going to work with this various tables. These tables are going to be for international storm and weather data, national park data, Europe tourism trade data, cars, class and shoes data. So general data, not specific to any specific industry. All right, so during our training, we have certain ready to use codes which we'll be using for demonstration, activity, you'll have exercise. Okay, so it's a comprehensive case study. So choosing a practice level. So during our exercise, we have 3 levels of exercises, level 1, 2, and challenge. So what and how level 1 is like as per what the topic is covered. It's very simple, step by step information is provided into your PDF for the exercise to solve. Level 2, there is slide information provided, whereas challenge, there's just a business scenario, you'll have to solve it with whatever the concepts have been taught and with the help guide of SAS. What is an help guide and documentation, that also we'll see once we'll start with the course of our training. Okay, so using SAS programming tools, so we got introduced to SAS Studio, which is the cloud application of programming. Other two are desktop installations, SAS windowing environment and enterprise guide. When SAS was developed in 1960s, it was predominantly using this SAS windowing application. With the earliest version of 6 version of SAS, then as and though the developments and the progressions of developing of the software started, many features got added, and then it moved on with a GUI application called as Enterprise Guide, which has a programming environment also and a point and click application environment also. And as and though now we know that people are all are working with cloud applications, so SAS also have its cloud application tool called as SAS Studio, and this is what we are going to mostly focus during our training, which is SAS Studio. So during this training, as I showed you, we had 3 windows: coding window, or we call it as editor window, where we write the program. Log window is where we view the message for any error or special warnings or any note provided to us on our code where we have any errors seen. And of course, we see the output. For any proc step, we see the output, and for data been created, you have that an output window, and thus a small demonstration for it. All right, and a small practice. So during your course, we have certain, I've already provided you a data where the data is been segregated specifically into specific folders called activities, data, demos, demonstrations, practices, and output. So how this works and how this course data will be using it, I'll show you in all detail in our next class. But I think at this point, this is more than enough, right? To move ahead. So should we stop for the day,
Yeah, I'm okay.
Priyanka?
Sure.
Yeah, but meanwhile, did you check whether you
I
got received any message or email?
I have been checking that constantly, and that's why I'm getting that kind of sound in it. Um, but it has still not come, so I don't know. I'll try doing it again, maybe later today,
Right,
because we will have class on
Thursday.
Thursday,
Right.
and let's see if it comes in, because it should have come. It does. It should not take that
It
long to.
it never takes us a long time, so
It
you just
never
refresh it
takes.
again, yeah,
I,
and try to again read those 5 steps, 6 steps, I think, and again try to create a profile. Give, if you have an alternate email, you can provide that email ID too, or if you have already having a profile, just share your screen again with me. Let's see, we can log in. Share your screen, please.
you
Yeah,
want me to be on the same page, right?
right, right, right. Because you said you had already created a profile with SAS earlier.
Earlier means like very earlier, but
Uh,
yeah, me 1 second. Hmm. I'm not sure even if it is on the same thing, because these softwares, they have so many versions and so many smaller
No,
things
no, no, because this is
download
SAS
from.
website, so there's nothing of version. It's a website.
There is only one. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I think if she already have a login and password with that same account, I think she will not get that email.
No,
So
that's what I'm asking her to just share your screen. Try to log in again. If you are missing or you're not remembering the password, you can always ask forgot password and you'll get a mail
yeah,
to create a new password and then we can use it.
or you can do with another name, another email ID.
Yeah, that's what
You
I was
can create.
suggesting her. Yeah.
Yeah, you can do. Might
um,
be she already had same login and password with that email ID. That's why they are not sending email to her.
No, it's all auto generated mostly. It never
Okay.
yeah, in that,
happens like this. But can you
yeah.
please share your screen?
Okay. Mhm. So if I was just trying to see, you can try it like um, by taking the process in your hand and then see.
No, but I'm not able to check see your screen at this present.
Why is that happening? It's like weird. If I'm trying to share it now, can you see?
No.
This is weird because my goodness, I've done so many room kids classes. Why is it?
So meanwhile, I would stop for the day. I hope this small session, introductory session, helped you to understand the SAS system, why it's called as a system and not as a software. Understand it is an enterprise platform, and the training pattern, and of course our cloud applications has to do. Any questions till now with the introduction of SAS?
No, I don't have.
Great. Priyanka, are you with us?
Yeah, I am. I just
Great.
changed this word, so I'm trying to see if I can log in
No,
and
no worries, that you can do it later. You and meanwhile I'll be I would request you that we do have some of the YouTube SAS introductory, some of the slides. You can also go through it to understand more about SS. Uh,
So I could log in, but I can still see the same page, the page where we started.
Ashwini,
You-
so it was a great day getting interact with both of you
yeah,
professionals. So let's meet
same here.
out on our next session. But meanwhile, please go through some of the introductory SAS sessions which are already free and available on YouTube. So see you all. Meanwhile, create your profile and try to see whether you can access SAS Studio.
Okay.
So take
Ashwini,
Thank you,
care and
Ashwini.
bye.
Okay.
Yeah. Tell
Thank
me,
you.
Priyanka.
yeah, I would like if it's not asking me to log.
So
So
just
what do you
scroll,
want me
scroll
to?
at the bottom, please.
Mhm.
Okay, give me your request control. Okay, great. So see, we were here. You already created a profile. Okay, now it's
Okay.
telling register for SAS on demand for academics using your SAS profile credentials. Now go ahead and register this step 2.
I think I already did the registration because I do
Put
have.
put your SAS email ID and your password and accept it. Correct. United States, right? So it's telling your
Yes.
profile, yes. Submit. Now you will get another email within 5 to 10 minutes to access this software.
Okay,
Will
and then I will reach the page which you
correct,
had.
correct. So that's all
Okay.
about. So should we stop
Okay,
for the day
sure.
now?
Sure. Thank you so much.
Yes. So meanwhile, as I said you, I have already shared an PDF with you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can go and check that PDF book which I have shared with you. Go through the lessons, the topics, okay? And then we'll meet again
Sure.
on Thursday for a new topic.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Meanwhile, take care. Bye.
Bye.
Yes.